The absolute best tip for practicing any musical instrument or for singing in the world ever. No way. It's coming right up. If you like what we're doing here at Presto Music School, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. Your best practice tip in the world is coming right up. Hey Presto people, good to see you. In this episode, what I think is the single most very best practice idea there is. This is so simple, it's unbelievable. But if you understand why it works, it is so much more effective. If I tell you right now this second what it is, you go, yeah, I'll do it. Then you won't, or you might a little bit, and not benefit as much. So let's explain a little moment why it's so powerful, and then what will happen is the reason as to why it's more powerful will stick in here, and that, well, not in here, in your guys' mind, it could stick in here if you like, but it won't do you much good if I know about it and you don't. So that's why I'm here. So here we go. Let's make sure you understand why it works. I want you to imagine that this is your book of knowledge. This is how good you are on your instrument. It could be singing, guitar, keyboard, piano, drums, Warringtonian, foot banjo, whatever your instrument is. This is how good you are. And this rock, this beautifully, perfectly formed rock, hey look, it's my rock. This rock is how hard a piece is. If this is how hard your piece is, how difficult it is to play, how difficult it is to get your fingers around, how difficult it is to get two hands together, how difficult it is to sing, how difficult it is to get that bass drum pattern going, whatever it may be, that is the complexity of your piece. This is how good you are. If you're this good, if you're absolutely awesome on your instrument because you've been playing for a few weeks now and you're doing a great job, and if your piece is nice and easy, then if you're this good and the piece is only that hard, then you're easily going to be able to do that, aren't you? Because you're this good and the piece is only that tricky. So I can play it, I can practice it, I can get straight through it. But imagine it's here. This is how good you are. And this is the complexity of the piece. They pretty much match, yeah? So maybe it does take you, a week to get through the piece because you've got to do it in the way that your teacher will always tell you to do it in small sections, maybe one little bit at a time, maybe just learn the first verse of a song, maybe whatever it is, okay? So you're going to do it in small sections. But imagine now that the piece is that difficult and you're only up to here. At the moment, you'll get better. You will. You're going to get better. But imagine that the piece is this difficult. You're trying to get up there. You're maybe, oh my goodness, maybe you're just playing two little notes at a time, just trying to get that stretch on the guitar, or you can't. Why am I doing that? Why am I pointing at my throat? I don't need to do that. I'm talking about singing. You know what singing is. You've heard of it before. Imagine you're trying to stretch between two notes. You're trying to get from one note to another and pitch it correctly in your voice. It's difficult. So if the piece is too hard and this is your ability, that's going to be a lot harder, yeah? So what we're talking about here is what we call our Presto Progress Pillow. This is the cushion between how good you are and how hard the piece is, okay? So we need to make your piece a little bit easier. How do we make it easier? You practice a small little bit at a time. Maybe if you're playing piano, you play right hand only. Maybe you are just concentrating on the stretches and patterns and shapes within it. Maybe you've slowed the tempo down. Very important, okay? So now you can see that you're this good, but you've just made your piece so much easier. And the further that is from each other, within reason, we'll come to that in a minute, the further that is apart from each other, the easier the piece is and the more progress you're going to be able to make in a shorter space of time, because the difference between how good you are and how hard the piece is further apart. Happy so far? Check back over that little bit. If you're not sure, here we go. This is where it gets interesting. So what we can do is, as we keep the piece easier, and this is how good you are, as you're progressing, you start to do this. You naturally start to get better, okay? And what's the first thing that happens to the tempo in particular when you get better at something? You automatically start speeding up. So now the cushion between the two, this progress pillow, has been made smaller. So you're going to make less progress. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be pushing the level of the piece up. I'm not saying that you shouldn't want to push the tempo up. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be putting two hands together or practicing more of the song if you're singing it or whatever the case is, because that challenge is good. Challenging yourself and pushing the complexity up of the pieces is the thing that keeps you inspired, keeps you motivated, trying new things. This is good. This is fantastic, but within reason, because it's no good trying pieces which are as complicated as if I go and stick that on the outside of this spaceship up there somewhere, and if that's on the floor, and the complexity's up here and how good you is down there, we're not going to make much progress on it. So we need to manage it. How do we manage it? Keep it slow, keep it steady, do small chunks, okay? And you will naturally start to get better, and as you naturally start to get better, the piece gets easier and easier, yeah? Okay, because you're getting better, and the piece, as long as you're keeping it steady, it's getting easier, okay? And then once you've managed to achieve a certain bit, yeah, push that up a little bit, okay? And practice that with a pillow, with this practice progress pillow, because if you're pushing that up, okay, you need to keep it steady for a bit, get good at that, you'll get better as a result, and then you can start to push this up, and so on and so on and so on. You get the idea. In a nutshell, what you need to do is keep something simple, keep it straightforward, don't speed up. That's the biggie. The big factor out of all of this is don't speed up, because if you speed up whilst you're learning a particular section and you've not mastered it, then all will happen is you won't make the progress as if you would have done if you'd have played it slow, smooth and steady. Check out our other videos on things like the counting and counting, keeping your pieces nice and steady all the way through. And if you do that, then it will go in here more, it'll go in there more, it'll go in here more. Remember, music looks like it sounds like it feels, and it feels like it looks. What does that mean? It means that if you can hear the music rising in pitch, if you're reading it, you will actually see the music notation rising up the stave. And you can hear it going up in pitch. But if you're playing guitar, for example, or if you're playing piano, you will see the pitch going up in so much that if you're playing on the guitar neck, you're going higher up the neck. If you're playing on the piano, you're going higher up the piano. Depending, of course, which way around this get flips in the edit, because it's possible that maybe that way is up the keyboard. Which way is up the keyboard? We'll find out in edit, won't we? You know where I'm going with this. If you can hear it going up, you'll feel it going up, you'll see it going up, okay? So follow the shapes and patterns of the music, okay? Keep it slow, keep it steady, have fun, enjoy your music. Any problems, give us a shout. We're always here to help. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you also press that bell notification, then you'll get a little ping when we've got a new video up. Stay safe, have fun. We'll see you soon. Take care.